Welcome back, True Seeker. Last couple of days, there's been a lot of requests to cover the death of Clark Haggans. Just for all those people requesting that, in case you're not aware, Gematria Effect News 25, my other YouTube channel, every Wednesday night we do TFR Live, goes from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And his death news broke during that show, and we covered it in real time. It's not in the title, but it is something we've already covered. But just since so many people are interested, again, I want people to see what happened to Clark Haggans. Perhaps next Monday we'll give the police department a call, see if we can talk to a detective, since the police department came out right away and said there was nothing suspicious about his death, when everything is suspicious about his death, as it always is with all the deaths of these former athletes who die at such young ages. But what I want to talk about is how he was a Colorado native, found dead in Colorado, and he died one day after another Colorado native won a huge sports event in the U.S. That was Wyndham. Clark won the U.S. Open. Clark, and then Clark Haggans is found dead the next day. And again, isn't it always funny how just like the police find these people dead? It's like, it doesn't say like there was a call made, it's just like they found him unresponsive. It's like, well, why were they even at his house anyway checking? I imagine if I died in my house today, the police wouldn't be here. They wouldn't have they wouldn't know to just show up and check on me. But anyway, Clark Haggans dead at 46. And if you missed the TFR broadcast, I began the show by talking about the death of Big Pokey and why he collapsed on a 46 date numerology and why that number is so fateful. It's something we've been talking about for nearly a decade. In August, it'll be 1 decade of talking about this. But look, Clark Haggans, they mentioned the Super Bowl he won over the Seahawks, and we'll bring that in where it factors in with his age of death. Let's start with Clark Haggans' death and then talk about Wyndham Clark's win and how they go together so perfectly. So Clark Haggans played the majority of his career at the Steelers. He finished his career with the San Francisco 49ers. And this year, the Steelers season begins by hosting the 49ers. Again, Clark Haggans began with the Steelers, finished with the Niners. That's the opener, those two teams. So he was found dead on Juneteenth, and he was found dead 83 days before the season opener. And we've talked about this number a million times in regards to football, in regards to death. Last year, the Denver Broncos stadium was on fire on the 83rd day of the year. And notice how in Gematria, again, Gematria is the simple practice of coding numbers into words, football and Colorado both equal 83. They both equal 83. Football, Colorado. Found dead in Colorado 83 days before the season opener. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, just making Z1 back to A is 26, the word murder is 83. And again, the movie poster for Murder by Numbers, they code the E as a 3 and the B as a 8, 8-3. The song Murder by Numbers by the Police, where killings as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3, also came out in 83. Again, this is something we talk about all the time if you're new here when it comes to suspicious death. We were just talking about this with the death of Ray Lewis III, again, who plays for the Ravens, which also equal 83. Of course, the Ravens and Steelers are in the same division. The last time the Ravens were in the Super Bowl, they played the 49ers in the Harbaugh Bowl. John beat Jim. John equals 47. Jim does not. John won Super Bowl 47. So anyhow, dead 83 days before the season opener. 83 is also the 23rd prime number. I have a feeling we're going to see more of this number than ever this year in 23 with regards to former football players. Clark Haggans died from his own birthday, January 10th, to his death, exactly 23 weeks into his age. Exactly 23 weeks, okay? And not only is it 2023, but look at the Steelers and 49ers. They're 10-12 against each other all time, meaning they've played 22 games. The next game will be the 23rd meeting of the teams. They saved the news for Wednesday. Wednesday was exactly 81 days before the season opener. Again, found dead Monday. The news broke Wednesday. If you take the alphabetic order with numerology, Pittsburgh Steelers equals 81. Of course, the word ritual also equals 81. Again, the news broke 81 days before the season opener. The day he died was the 170th day of the year. In Gematria, sacrifice equals 46. Like Genesis 46 begins with the sacrifice. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, sacrifice equals 170. Dead at 46 on the 170th day of the year. And in that same cipher where sacrifice equals 46, so does Michigan. That's where he won the Super Bowl. When he won his Super Bowl over the Seahawks, which at the time they said looked like the most rigged Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowls, because the refs took away touchdowns from the Seahawks, gave touchdowns to the Steelers. It looked totally pathetic. It looked like a farewell gift to Jerome Bettis the bus. But again, I mean, you have eyes to see the NFL looks pathetic every Sunday. Totally rigged. Anyway, Michigan 46, sacrifice 46. And also interesting, they saved the news of his death for June 21st, which was the 172nd day of the year. The Jesuit motto ad merum de gloriam equals 172, and he played in 172 games in his career. And again, the news saved for the 172nd day of the year. Played for the Steelers, which are owned by the Jesuit Rooney family. He also finished his career with 46 and a half sacks, dead at 46. So, again, another perfect ritual. And if you were watching TFR, we broke this down in real time as the news broke. And I mean, it was just clockwork. The first thing I looked at was the Steelers season opener. And we said, well, how about that? His two teams playing each other, and look how perfectly synced it is. So, again, he's a Colorado native, Clark Haggans. The day prior, big upset in the U.S. Open. Wyndham Clark, also a Colorado native, wins. And notice from his birthday, December 9th, to the day he won it, June 18th, 191 days later, Wyndham Clark 191, like Society of Jesus. That's the formal title of the Jesuits who control the entire world of sports and entertainment. If you use numerology, Clark equals 18, like the Jesuit acronym IHS equals 18. Wins it on June 18th. And again, you know, we see this all the time. A big sports accomplishment, and then on the other side of the equation, a big sacrifice in someone who's always related. You know, there's always a clear connection. Clark, Colorado is the connection here. And you know, just to bring up one other thing, since it's the story of the week, just the Ocean Gate thing. Again, the Titan explodes while trying to visit the Titanic. Again, for people who don't know, look up the book Futility, Wreck of the Titan, which came out in 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank. It's about the world's biggest boat ever built, the Titan, which, while sailing from Europe to America on its first ever sail, hits an iceberg and sinks. Again, the Titan. That book, 1898, it came out 125 years ago. They kept referring to the Titan as a submersible, which equals 125 forwards, like numerology. It equals 172 in reverse, like Ocean Gate. And again, the Jesuit motto ad merum de gloriam 172. They said it died from it was destroyed in a catastrophic implosion, which has the gematria of 102, like submarine. And the news broke 218 days after the Superior General's birthday. And the news of the deaths broke 187 days after the Pope's birthday. Again, the Catholic Church, which is where the Superior General and Pope are connected to, they represent the Holy Roman Empire. Holy Roman Empire equals 218. When you run it the other way, it equals 187. And remember, they say the Holy Roman Empire folded in history on August 6th, 1806, which was the 218th day of the year, which was a lie. And again, it's a reminder, it's perfectly synced up with the calendar, which is named after the Pope. And again, all roads lead to Rome. And that's why, you know, it's obvious the Catholic Church runs all this. But also, on the 172nd day of the year, oh, maybe I put it in another post. Shoot, I thought it was this one. Let me see. I want you to see the headline that they had on the 172nd day of the year. What detail came out in this story? So on the 172nd day of the year, the same day they announced the death of Clark Haggans, they said that a relative of Isidore Straus was on this Titan ship. And again, Isidore Straus died on the Titanic. So they saved this news for the 172nd day of the year. Isidore Straus 172, Ocean Gate 172, Submersible 172. Again, you run that word the other way, it's 125, like how the book Futility Wreck of the Titan came out 125 years earlier. And again, the Jesuit motto in Marum Dei Gloriam 172, synced up with the leader of the Jesuits and the first Jesuit Pope, the entire ritual. So, again, from what's going on in the rigged PGA to what's going on in the rigged NFL to what's going on in your daily rigged headlines, it's the same cabal. It's the Jesuits. And that's what people need to wake up to. And that's why that's what the message is every day. And again, I'm not just getting on here spouting my opinion. I'm getting on here backing up my point that's based on a decade's worth of research and really more than that. So thank you to everyone who hits like and share. And we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Till next time.